here's a board I finished for upcoming game running this weekend. It's gonna be pretty cool. We got my group's getting together for the entire weekend to play. So I'm running my session actually twice. It's gonna be a longer session, and this is gonna be the board for the final encounter. If it goes the way I planned, anyway. But you never know, because players always do stuff to throw you off. So this stuff I made, other than the lighted stuff, that's all from Dwarven Forge, but this is all insulation foam, 2-inch or 1-inch. Some pillars I made, come out pretty good. These things here were a last minute addition, and they have a purpose. This is like a sand-filled pit. Not really a pit, I don't know what you'd call that actually, but this is a water pool. So the premise for this board is the city that they're going to in my setting is actually a ruin, like apocalypse almost type thing. They don't know what happened to it. It happened 1,000+ years ago. They'll hopefully learn about it throughout the game, which is kind of cool because it's my own setting, so they're learning about the setting too, which they've helped me create directly and indirectly. So they go here to the city. They've been sent to collect a magical tome, and in my setting there's 4 current. There used to be 5 like wizard towers, and that's where all the wizards went to learn, for the most part, formally learn. And this 5th one, like I said, thousands of years ago, was destroyed. They'll find out hopefully through the game how and why it was destroyed, but it also resulted in the whole city being destroyed. And it was destroyed because the mages here tapped into the ley line that ran beneath the city, and they couldn't control it. They couldn't control the power. It in turn destroyed the city and them. One of the NPCs I have set up for this game is the mage of the tower, former mage, his ghost actually, which is this guy right here. I don't know if you can see him. He's going to be their kind of off and on guide throughout when they explore the tower. The book, the tome that he helped create, was his finest work, is contained in this orb here. It's going to be like magical energy, and he did that to protect it. He knew the city was going to fall. There was nothing they could do to stop that, but he wanted to protect his work. Maybe even more so than save all the thousands of people that died in the city. Part of also this room is the grand library of the tower. So these walls that aren't there, and they have to imagine, are literally lined with books. At this point, they're mostly almost ready to crumble to dust, so there's not a lot of value there. This room is also probably a couple 100 feet high, with most of the ceiling missing. And this being the peak of the tower, there is a lot of magical energy that runs through the whole tower, and here it's kind of at its utmost power. It's just somewhat uncontrollable. One of the terrain effects I plan on using, or environmental effects, is wild magic surges. So there's a couple of spellcasters in the game, in my group, that use arcane spells. Anytime they access those spells, they're probably going to trigger a wild magic surge along with whatever spell they cast, so we'll see what happens with that. Part of the defenses of this room, because this is where the hub of their knowledge was kept, are these things that I showed earlier. And what will happen is the characters, when their party comes in through here, the main entrance, or the only entrance really that's left, they trigger those defenses. And coming from this one, the earth one, will be a earth Myrmidon miniature. These are from, the stats are from Prince of the Apocalypse, which I have the book, I never ran it. I actually bought it for the stats for these guys. These are Gale Force 9 miniatures that I painted. Pretty cool. I just got the air one. He's not going to be in this, but if I had it painted in time, he would have been. Out of this one is going to be a water Myrmidon elemental in there. If you're not familiar, they're kind of a beefed up version of elementals. They're, I think, 2 CR higher than a normal elemental, and they have some other abilities. So They'll have to get the book through here. I'm thinking reaching into that to grab the book, there's going to be some sort of saving throw because there's a lot of magical energy there and it's part of its defenses. So it might be a save or take some damage to get the book. And if you save, probably half damage. I got to work that out, the damage amount. So I'm thinking these guys, these Myrmidons, will be a pretty good challenge for my group. If they're not, if it looks like I may slide a regular elemental in to back it up a little bit. There's a Reaper one I painted, but we'll see. I'm going to just start with these Myrmidons. I think they'll be pretty tough, so we'll see how it goes. Thanks for watching.